And we are live here on the LI Sports Network. We got a freshman matchup to kick off the night. Middle Country up against Southampton. Should be a good one. Me and Tommy were talking about it beforehand. Should be a competitive game. 5-8 are Southampton coming into this matchup. 7-5-1 are Middle Country. So obviously Southampton very close of getting into, that 500 record territory, and Middle Country a little bit above that right now. So should be middle of the standings, really, is what you're talking about. It's that battle as you get towards the end of the season to separate yourself. One or two games, that's really all it takes to separate yourself from the rest of the pack. That's what these players got to be thinking right now, and I'm sure that's what the coaches are thinking. Taking a look at the stats for this game, Southampton scoring 4.9 goals per game, Middle Country 4.1. Southampton's given up 6.2, Middle Country 4.2. So you can see those razor-thin margins for the Cougars. Obviously, giving up a little bit more, and by a little bit, I mean the slightest amount possible. 0.1 more goals against than for. Power play goals per game, Southampton doing very good in that category. 1.1 power play goals per game. They're averaging over a power play goal. That's not, if you follow NHL and stuff like that, that might not be like, wow, that's really crazy. It's crazy. Power plays are a lot harder at this level. Obviously, you're looking around, might not know your teammates as well. You might not know, understand what you're trying to do on the power play. Kids get lost every once in a while, and all of a sudden, you have a little bit of trouble entering onto the zone. Pucks get cleared, pucks bounce around, clean possession a little bit harder. If you're averaging 1.1, that tells me that for first off, you're good at winning face-offs. Second off, you're good at breaking out of your own zone and getting into the opposite end. And third, your coaches are doing a very good job of letting you know how to set up on the power play. That's very impressive things to know at such a young age, and will serve everyone on Southampton well as they continue to grow in their hockey careers. For Middle Country, 0.3 power play goals per game. That's much more closer to the average that I see in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. Goldstein leads his team with goals at 17, actually tied with Johnson. So Southampton and Middle Country, the same amount of top-end scoring at least. Goldstein also leads his team in assists and obviously points. He has 10 assists on the season, 27 total points. Johnson leads his team with assists and points as well. So an overall top two players you can see right there. Number 10, Max Goldstein, going to be the player to watch for Southampton. Number 21, Derek Johnson, the man to watch for Middle Country. As we get closer to puck drop here at the rinks, we've had some problems with the national anthem. I know I've made a couple of jokes about it before. I've been here with Paul Trentini. He enjoys it the same way. See if we're going to get a national anthem today, and if so, maybe how long it can play. But it looks like the players are just getting ready to come out to center ice. No problem with that, just starting a little bit early. As we should be getting this puck drop 10 minutes over schedule, but that's no problem. We're all here for a good time, and 15 minutes on the clock for the first, and we are rolling here in Hauppauge. This is going to be the first of two freshman games as we had our first shot off to the right, followed by PatMed versus, I believe, St. Anthony's for the final game. It is St. Anthony's for the final game. That's going to be a JV matchup. No varsity tonight here on the LI Sports Network, but if you want varsity hockey, oh baby, do I have a treat for you, because there's going to be a lot of varsity hockey tomorrow, and by a lot, I mean the two semifinal matchups for the playoffs. Obviously, a lot of people expecting those two spots to go, those two wins to go to Smithtown Hauppauge as well as St. Anthony's, but you never know. There's always a reason you got to play the games. So we get some good pressure coming out right now for the Cougars to start this off. Zone breakout going to be not denied for the time being. Reaches towards the net, dribbles off wide to the right. Taken back by Southampton. Magnata trying to play it away. Gets it up on the near side now. Taken ahead by his teammate. And down below in the Cougars' own end. Southampton look for the centering pass. They do get it there, but interrupted by the Cougars, and they'll skate it forward. Taken ahead now by Johnson, that guy that I was talking about. Gets the shot off. Now going to chase the rebound into the corner, but it's taken out by Southampton. They once again get it into the neutral zone. You can see a little bit of what I was talking about in that pregame. They are getting through these neutral zones fairly cleanly. Obviously, Southampton wearing the red jerseys, going from right to left on your screen. The Cougars wearing the white jerseys with the red lettering. Looks like black or maybe dark blue trousers. Southampton controlling their own zone, looking for the breakout, and do get it past the blue line. Middle Country back into the neutral zone. It's a turnover. Agnota will send it down. Now breaking it out, getting it onto the tape of one of his teammates. That's Riley. He's going to get tripped up. And we'll get our first pause here. Decent stretch played so far. .12:22 to play in regulation. We'll take the face-off from the neutral zone. Puck on the far boards. Get a collision in the right wing corner. Everyone appears to be okay, getting back onto their feet. About 12 minutes to play in this first frame. A turnover and a shot. That's blocked out in front. Comes to the near point. Southampton looking to keep it alive. Some more physical play on the near boards. Puck still alive in the offensive end. It's going to dribble in towards the slot. Nice move, but broken up by the Cougars. D'Angelo taking it up on the left side. D'Angelo with a little bit of speed. Has teammates as well. Drops it off to the right. Nice move from Southampton. Getting it on net. Just barely couldn't get that shot off. Definitely would have been a grade A opportunity. As we will get our second pause. Face-off coming off this icing, so the Whalers will go back. Sorry, excuse me. Whalers. I'm getting too sentimental with the jerseys right now. The Mariners will go back to the offensive end. Do love the throwback of the logo, though. First time I think I've actually had the privilege of broadcasting one of Southampton's games. Gotta love when you revive dead NHL jerseys. That along with the Quebec Nordique. Obviously, I don't believe anyone in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League uses the Nordique jerseys, but you see it a fair amount. 11:04 to play in the first. Face-off skated forward by Southampton, looking for some more O-zone time on the break-in. Pulling up at the right dot, centering pass broken up. Cougars get a clean break out of their zone now, trying to take it up. Johnson with it, dicing into the slot. A shot, that's off to the left. One of the better opportunities we've seen for the Cougars. No wonder it comes from Johnson. Now he tries to play it in a little bit lower. Centering pass and tip. That one's going to go wide to the right. That's another great look for the Cougars. This line's getting the offense going. Held in on the near side. Another shot taken. That one's going to be wide off to the left. Karams to the far side. Cougars still keep it in. Johnson looking for it, and miscommunication with his teammates going to lead to a breakout. Potential breakaway, but no. It's going to go down for another freeze. 10:16 to play. Off the face-off, will be rimmed around the boards. Comes to the near side. Southampton with some opportunities to clear right now. Need to make the Cougars with the opportunity to clear. Conlon had it, sends it back to the near side. Now the Whalers, I did it again. Mariners out in front, and they score. That's going to be 1 goal for Southampton as they get this game going. Looking for the technical upset, but like I said, this game should be very close. Obviously, just a couple of seconds ago, I was talking about how many opportunities the Cougars had. But nope, Southampton will strike first. 9:53 left to play in the first. They've been buzzing around in the offensive zone a little bit, so it's no surprise that they get that first goal. Cougars right back the other way. Shot taken from the slot, loose in the crease, and they get one back. Did I say this game was going to be close? I think I might be right, as we'll take a look at that here on the replay. Good things happen when you get pucks on net, and you can see why right there. 9:41 to play. As we'll get things back into an even keel here. Puck in the neutral zone. Riley will take it into the offensive end, loses control of it, comes back out to the neutral. D'Angelo will play it ahead. Southampton getting their forecheck going. Chasing this puck all the way deep into the offensive end. Masala will get it out, but not with clean possession. Now, turnover at the blue line maybe. Tipped in to the right wing corner. Wrapped around the boards again at the far side. 8:50 to play in the first. 1-1 the score. Those goals just coming a couple seconds apart from each other. Once again into the neutral zone. D'Angelo there for it. Trying to drive it across his own blue line. Barely interrupted. Now the Cougars could capitalize on this. Johnson circles the net. Johnson still holding on to it. Fans on his centering attempt. Does get the puck back. Dancing around along the boards. Will send it to the opposite side. Back to Johnson. Carries into the slot. Gives left circle shot. Goes behind the net. Wrapped around to the near side. Lasala will send it deep. Chased after instantly by Owen Hill, but he can't come away with it. Mariners with an opportunity to break out. Riley will do so on the near side. Cougars take it back instantly. Once again into the offensive end. Orban shot and he scores. Make it 2 for Southampton, or excuse me, 2 for Middle Country. And they got the lead just like that. So far, an eventful first period. And what a shot from the half wall. .7:35 to play in the first period. Now it's Southampton that's looking for the recovery. They'll play it back into the neutral zone. Stopped up at the far boards and back into the offensive end for the Cougars. Forecheck from Johnson doesn't net them the puck. Instead, it's taken ahead. D'Angelo up the left side. Below the goal line, wrapped around to the far side. Cougars too weak on the clear. Gets put back into their zone deep for a freeze. And we'll stop with 7:03 to play in the first now. Just going to get a quick change up of where the face-off will be. Face off in the right dot. Potential quick shot here, and it comes, but it's wide to the left. Southampton quick onto the puck again. Middle Country will find their exiting route, taking it up the right side. With some room to work. Couple of centering options, but the puck is cleared out of the crease. Good defensive work again. Southampton coming forward, looking to drop it back. None of the forwards were there. Shot taken, that's going to be deflected to the far side. Tapped ahead, but not out of the zone. Now Southampton gets some momentum going. Goldstein with it. Some hits on the near boards. Held in at the blue line just barely. Referees will signal on sides. Angle shot, loose in the crease. Goldstein with it again, he scores! 2-2 the score. And we keep going back and forth here at the rinks. You just see this come off the end boards on a tough angle, but the shot deflects high off the pad. Second shot taken, that's fanned on a little bit. Hits a skate, comes back to him, and he's able to wire that one into the back of the net. Great start in this first period. Wondering if, now that everyone's seen a little bit more of this offense, that it will slow down. Riley will get it into the offensive end, quickly denied and played back into the neutral zone. Some stick battles at the far boards. Riley taps it ahead again. Both teams changing possession still a little. D'Angelo back for it, plays it around the boards, getting some support now. And it's out past the blue line. Once again for Riley. Controls for now into the offensive end, loses it out. Middle Country take it back. Approaching 5 minutes of play in the first. Colmer taking that hit on the near boards. He will lose it out because of it. Perello with it on his stick, looking for his exit opportunity. Gets denied at the far side. Played back into the zone again. Centering pass attempted, stays below the red line for now. Once again on the far boards. Cougars smelling an opportunity. Shot goes a little too high. To the near side now. Colmer looks to hold on. Team trying to keep it in, but Hill just barely past the blue line. Hill staying on the puck. Southampton take it away. Goldstein looking for some separation. Sees a couple of teammates open on the far side. They'll get it ahead. Goldstein trailing the play. Looking to keep it in against Hill. Referees will call offsides. Southampton needs to reset. They do. Puck rifled back into the neutral zone. Down low. D'Angelo back for it. D'Angelo will skate it ahead now. Flips it into neutral. Stepping up are the Cougars, but they get burnt. Goldstein dangling in front of the net. Loses control at the last second. Unable to get the shot off. Back the other way. Johnson. Johnson on the backhand. Forehand. Looking for the shovel shot. Can't find it. 5-hole. Cougars once again play back into the neutral zone. Who else but Johnson getting it ahead. Held up for a second at the far half boards. Good stick battle coming here, right in front of the camera. Back out for Goldstein. Couple of crossovers. He shoots. That's a nice blocker save. Under 3 minutes to play. Centering pass in front of the crease. There was open net, and again there's open net. No secondary shots coming from Southampton, though. Johnson still somehow with gas in the tank. His shot, that's a nice save. Johnson may finally be going off for a change, and he is. I think he was a part of 3 rushes on that one shift alone. Johnson and his teammates get it done for him. Middle Country strike again. We'll take a look at that on the replay. The aggressive forecheck just coming out. And I believe this just comes from a simple shot on net. And it will. 3-2 now the score. 2:26 to play in the period. We've had 5 goals so far. Game definitely living up to all of my expectations. Been an exciting one. Face-off taken. Won initially by the Cougars, then played back by the Red Shirts. Getting it in deep, looking for the quick shot, and it's a nice save. Puck to the near side, held in at the blue line. Centering pass, actually that was a shot up high. That could have been bar down. Played into the neutral zone, potential breakaway coming, and the Mariners will shut it down. Getting back in time. Into the neutral zone, Riley just had it barely go under his stick. He could have been into a 2-on-1 if he fielded that one. It's a fast pass, so a little bit hard to. Under 2 minutes to play here in the first, 3-2 the score. It's been back and forth all night. Another opportunity coming for Southampton. No one has led by more than a goal, and both teams have held leads at different points. Riley looking for it, played past him and then down low. Southampton looking for the forecheck again. Comes to the near side. Riley gets his gloves on it. Riley stick checked and loses it. And the Cougars do get it out. On the far side, Conlin, a centering pass through the slot. Puck loose on the near boards and will be taken out. Conlin with a good defensive play in his own end. He'll send it forward. Cougars can look to get north. Pass the blue line again. Nice rifling shot. Rebound played to the boards. Under a minute to play in the first period. Goldstein will send it to the far side. His team looking for a clear with less than 30 seconds to play in the period. Middle Country trying to get a 2-goal lead right now. Puck to the near side, and here comes Goldstein. Trying to beat out the clock. A nice move over to his left. Goldstein in front. He shoots, saved. Grazzino stopping that in the one-on-one. And that's how we will end the first period. Back and forth scoring. 1 goal by 1 goal by 1 goal. And eventually we get ourselves into a 3-2 affair. Southampton down by 1. The Cougars lead after 15. .15 minutes back on the clock for the second period. Now into the middle frame. Question is which team can pull ahead. Like I was saying, back and forth scoring in the first. That's how we got to a 3-2 scoreline. Johnson instantly back out. Looking to be the difference maker for his team. Johnson with some speed, getting into the offensive end. Johnson out in front, his shot saved. Southampton trying to take it back the other way. Goldstein, his team's leading goal scorer. Goldstein in on net, and it's shut down in the pads. "29 seconds into the second period, we've seen good opportunities for either side's top point producer. Now into the face-off dot will be won by Johnston. Played up on the near side. Puck still down there in the right wing corner. Finally played over to the left wing. Southampton, the first ones to it. They try to cycle down low. The Cougars get on top of it. Controlled by Johnson. He looks to dance at his own goal line. Johnson gets some separation. Has passing options. Will send it off the boards into the offensive end. Johnson will get it on the far boards again. Turns it over to the high slot. Shot from there, and they score. A long wrister gets into the back of the net. We got to take a replay of that. Into a 4-2 game now. The first multi-goal lead, and it belongs to the Cougars. Yeah, that tips off in front. Again, good things happen when you shoot on net. It's a perfect example right there. Puck deflects off a defenseman's stick, winds up in the back of the net. Hard for a goaltender to track like that. Cougars center, high in the crease. They can't get the second tap. Puck still down low. Riley trying to play physical to win it back, joined by a couple of his teammates. Southampton get a temporary touch, but don't get a clearing opportunity. Into the left circle, another centering pass that goes to the far side. Wrapped around the boards. Conlin after it. D'Angelo will beat him out to the puck. D'Angelo holding down low. Pressed by a couple of Cougars, looking to give it away potentially in the crease. Conlin tried to shove it short side. Conlin still holding on to it. Gives it over to the far point. LaSala looks for a shot, taking a couple of bounces. Ends up on the boards for Southampton to reclaim. D'Angelo will rim it around. Should get out if it has the speed and is past the blue line. Couple minutes gone by in the second. We do have our first goal already. It belongs to Middle Country. Looking for another one right now. Great opportunity shut down at the last moment. Puck past the blue line once more. Southampton do get it ahead. Wetter in the left wing corner. Getting support now from Riley. Both of them lose out on the puck to the near side. Cougars look for the clear and get it past the blue line. Nice hit in open ice. Cougars bench liking that. Whalers definitely a little bit more understaffed than the Cougars right now as we get an offsides call. Goldstein unable to get the shot off because of the offside, so now we'll get a face-off in the neutral zone. Goldstein going into it. Obviously why Goldstein's been playing a lot, besides the fact that he's a good player, is just because of that short bench for Southampton. Nice hit for the Cougars, allowing them to clear. Might go down for an icing, though. Let's see what the referees say. They will agree. It is an icing. Comes back to the offensive end. Goldstein getting ready for another face-off. Goldstein on that drop, getting it out in front, and they score! Off the face-off, 4-3 game. We'll take a replay of that. Goldstein just doing a great job clearing out the face-off, getting it into the slot, and it's a quick score for Southampton. Right back to center ice. Just over 11:30 to play in the second, and this game continues to be back and forth. Middle Country held the biggest lead at 2 that we've seen all game, and not for long, though. Just a couple of minutes. Hard for these teams to pull apart from each other. Southampton past the blue line as well. That's a reverse hit. Quick shot taken and a pad save. Karams off to the far boards. Player without his stick. That looks like number 19 for Middle Country. Parents want the stick to be recovered, and it will be. Excuse me, that was number 18, Liam McCarthy, losing his stick. Pass ahead now, Goldstein with some room. Goldstein winding up for the shot, and it's a glove save. Graziano getting that in his glove cleanly and will shut down any potential rebounds. 10:40 to play in the second period. Goldstein, another shot off the faceoff. He's getting good at that this game. Out, D'Angelo with a shot. Kicker save now from Graziano. A couple of nice ones in the last couple of minutes. Here comes Johnson. Wind in his back. Johnson dragging, backhand, forehand. His shot saved and over to the near side. Johnson still holding on to it, barely keeping in that bouncing puck on the blue line. Johnson now down low, wrapping around. Johnson with so much speed. Dangles past one player. Recollects on his backhand, finally loses out on the puck, so he'll rim it around the boards. Sent out in front, and no one from Middle Country can get a shot off. Down the ice. Not going to be an icing as we approach under 10 minutes in the second period. Johnson with one of the better shifts from anyone this game. Colmer on the forehand. His shot rings the bar. Big bounce out in front. Goldstein trying to clear it out. Goldstein getting some room to skate. Goldstein, some tired legs in front of him. Drops the pass off. Wetter with it on a backhand. Cuts back to the forward. Backhand, he scores! Check out those hands. We got a 4-4 game here at the rinks, and an entertaining one at that. How many times he switches the angle. Great skate work as well. You can see him cutting back and forth. Most recent goal scorer holding on to again. Looking for the centering pass. Second shot, they score! Back to back. It's 5-4 as we get another replay. As we'll get a goaltender substitution for Middle Country. LaSala onto the blue paint for the Cougars as we get underway with 9:14 to play in the second. Wetter chasing after the puck again. It's played around him by Mason LaSala, not to be confused with Jack LaSala. One is, of course, an active skater, the other a goaltender. Puck played into the neutral zone. Tipped back in by Riley. Recollected by Southampton. They get some room to skate it up. Got a bit of a collision. Cougars the better for it right now, but it actually tipped in a little bit deeper by Riley. Riley looks to get in front of the center of the net. Perello holds on. Perello looks for the centering pass. The Cougars get on top of it first. Quickly playing it past the blue line. Also, two Rileys in this game as well. Keegan Riley, number 9 for Southampton, and Michael Riley, number 64 for the Cougars. Shot taken, ramps off a stick, and now we get 2 pucks in play. It looks like there's actually a third puck stuck up there as well. There was a practice on this surface beforehand, so that's probably what it's from. Offensive zone face-off coming for Southampton. 8:11 to play in the second period. Face-off controlled. D'Angelo wrapping around the boards. Good physical play in the corner. Another opportunity. That shot's going to be a little bit too high. On the follow-up, Goldstein gets shut down. Good save from Jack Lasala. Jack now tracking around. Southampton will keep it in. Twirling in the corner. Kessler not able to get some separation, but the shot's still taken, and Jack will make the save. Down low, the wrap attempt not there. Puck played into the slot, shot taken, big kicker save, rebound still loose, out in the slot, second shot taken, they score! Plenty of opportunities right there. Now it's 6-4 for Southampton. They'll take the two-goal lead. Can see an athletic save right there, but they're just not able to get the clear. Great job from D'Angelo to keep that in, and then just finds the follow-up shot. Goaltender out of position. It's an easy one. We'll get a timeout here on the LI Sports Network. As we will come back to live with a face-off at center ice. So what was a 4-2 lead for Middle Country has turned into a 6-4 lead for Southampton, as they've scored the last four uninterrupted. Owen Hill will chip in deep, play chase after the puck. Comes around to the near side now. Puck loose towards the slot, and now cleared by Southampton. I say that, but it's actually taken out by Johnson. Johnson's had a couple of great shifts this game. Now trying to come up the right side with speed. Johnson cutting through traffic. Johnson still going through everyone. Comes to the near side, centering pass, and it's taken away. Wetter cutting across, has Goldstein there with him. Cross ice pass broken up. Should be cleared by the Cougars, and it is played out. Johnson staying out of his teammates' way, now gets the drop pass. Johnson collecting on the backhand, playing it to the near point, but it goes past the blue line, and now some speed will help out Goldstein. He chases down to the puck. Won't be a breakaway if it comes over the corner. Goldstein now jockeying for position. Goldstein gets it. Looks to reverse it back the other way. Actually at the far side was Andrew Wetter. Now Johnson, his speed gonna show off here. Johnson on the forehand, cuts backhand, scores. 5:51 to play in the second. And have I mentioned that this is a back and forth game? We've exchanged 1-goal leads for 2-goal leads at this point, as you can just see Johnson getting going in 6th gear. Easy breakaway opportunity for him, and he'll bury it. 6-5 the score. Middle Country 1 goal away from tying this up in the second. Riley trying to apply the pressure on the forecheck. Quinlan Riley also joining him. Neither of them can come away with the puck, and it's played past the blue line. Down low, Middle Country, look for the wrap out in front. They still hold on to it. Johnson firing a pass near side. Centering pass and almost tipped in backdoor. The windup on the one-timer not released by LaSala, and Johnson will come back for it in center ice. Johnson with some speed. Johnston trying to get through some players. Takes one down in the process, I believe. Looked like it might have been Riley. Wrapped around down low. Keegan Riley gets it, loses it. Played to the far point. LaSala with it. D-to-D pass, now with some room. The Cougars, the shot tipped in front but not in. Back to the near point on the reload. Another D-to-D pass over to LaSala. Off the boards, his shot no good. Looks to get it in deep. Over with Johnson. Johnson spins, pivoting on his left skate. Back to LaSala at the blue line. A one-timer blocked in front. Keegan Riley with a nice play. Back the other way, Wetter on the backhand. Goes wide. Jack LaSala might have gotten it if it went on net. Play starting to open up a little bit. The other LaSala, Mason LaSala gets it. Cougars go forward with some space. 3:44 left to play in the second period. Nice stick check. Giving possession back to the Cougars as they take it up the left side. Centering pass into the slot, broken up. Potential giveaway right now. Goldstein. Goldstein still has it. The drag attempt shut down. Goldstein lays a hit but can't come away with the puck. Kept in at the blue line for now. Loading up for a shot blocked. Seen some success for the Cougars today, getting those shots from the blue line. That could have been called for a holding. I don't know if the referees just saw the extent of how much that stick was wrapped around the body. Turn away, out in front, the shot saved. Approaching 2 minutes in the second, the Cougars looking for their 6th goal to tie up this game. Southampton will play it past the blue line. Goldstein looking to just settle this possession down. Wild stick check coming out from Jack Conlon, not going to do much. Now Goldstein twirling, Goldstein into the slot. Goldstein gets his dangle interrupted, and now it's past the blue line. Southampton surging forward again. Cougars doing a good job right now slowing down these zone entries. Again, the Cougars held a 4-2 lead at one point. Southampton came roaring back with 4 goals of their own to take a 6-4 lead. Now the Cougars have scored the most recent goal to make it 6-5. So again, the biggest lead today has been by 2. With all the scoring, you would have expected it to be a little bit more, but no. to the near point, not held in. .60 seconds left in the second. Puck comes forward into the offensive end again, just a little bit past Jack Conlon. Nice hit in the offensive end. Referees see it as clean, as do I. Puck now on the far board. Southampton looking for the entry. So many bodies there that they can't find anything clean. Now some fancy feet. Gets Southampton into the offensive end. Goldstein waiting for the drop pass. Now he'll go towards net. Southampton still control. So many options in the slide, and none of them are going to get hit. Wrapped in deep by Perello. Puck out in front. The shot saved. Still loose in the slot as Jack LaSalle gets back onto his skates. Does reset in time. 9 seconds left in the second. Maybe enough for one last opportunity. Clock at 4, clock at 2. No shot taken. And we'll head into the third with another one-goal game. Middle Country trailing by 1. Southampton with 6 after 30. And we'll be right back here on the LI Sports Network. .15 minutes remaining in regulation. It's a tight game between Southampton and Middle Country. As we get the opening face-off at center ice. See what these next 15 minutes will decide for these two teams. Quinlan Riley got it in deep, then it got stripped away from him. Both teams still jockeying for some initial possession, and it's going to go as an offsides as it was finally taken past the blue line for Southampton. Referees will put it back into center ice. Riley will give it back into his own zone. Southampton look for the breakout. Quinlan Riley collects on his backhand, looking north over to his brother. Keegan Riley takes it into the left circle. Getting it down low, wrapping around the boards, allows Wetter to chase after it. Southampton, their defense has done a great job all game, knowing when to press forward and when to stay back, as we'll get another offsides call from the referees. So the face-off should be in the right dot in the neutral zone. Goldstein into the face-off. Push forward into the offensive end. Cougars control. Played out. Back into the neutral zone. This is where possession has been a big battle for most of the game. I feel like when Southampton have started the breakout from their own end, they get through it fairly quickly, but when it's just flown into the neutral zone as a nice hit is laid on the board, shot taken and saved, deflects down low. I was saying, with Southampton, when they have to just flip it into the offensive end, not as much, and this is going to be a clean break, 2-on-1 going forward. LaSala hoping his defense can make a play, and they absolutely can. Sticks tied up and played to the blue line. Kept in at the far point, poked forward, and once again into the claws of the Cougars, and they'll skate it out themselves. Groshans in on net. His shot rings the bar. Great opportunity. Puck still alive in the offensive end, though. Southampton more work to do. To the blue line. Room to shoot. Out in front, deflected. Rebound loose. Should go down for an icing, and it will. 12:29 to play in the third period. Face-off dropped to the near half board. Shot taken. Rebound goes over to Goldstein. He chips and chases, gets it back, looks for a passing lane, gets it a little bit further forward to Keegan Riley. He'll play it into the neutral zone. Now Southampton past the blue line. Wetter trying to get it ahead. He loses control, gets some assists from Quinlan Riley. Down below the boards again. Wetter almost catching someone out in front of their own net. Puck going down, should be icing. Referees will wave it off, so Goldstein will have to collect himself. Michael Riley for the pressure. Goldstein gets around all the Cougars' forechecks and now has room to skate. Goldstein still with it in the high slot. Curling off to his right, his shot whistles through the crease. On the near boards, kept in by Wetter. And now played out with a secondary pass, just barely off the stick of Conlon. He'll chase. D'Angelo with it behind his own net. D'Angelo rifles it past the blue line. Icing should be waved off. Referees will call. Just barely. Not going on net. D'Angelo a little unlucky with that. Cougars looking for a much-needed goal. LaSala circles it around the boards, will get down low. Riley chasing after it, gets it poked away from his stick. Goldstein surveying from in front of his own net. Johnston gets it at the far side. And it's poked past the blue line. First one to it should be Mason LaSala. He does get onto it. His backhand goes to Johnson. Johnson will hold. Runs into his own man, gets taken out as well in the process. Now it's room for Quinlan Riley. Riley, his shot straight into the glove of Jack LaSala, and we'll get a pause with 10:40 to play in the third frame. Face-off won by Southampton on the near boards. Tap it ahead now towards the slot. Dangerous opportunity. The shot goes wide to the left. Jack LaSala trying to deflect it towards the boards. Puck should be cleared. Oh, held in at the blue line. Referees will wave onside. Southampton still alive on this offense possession. At the blue line again. D'Angelo passing it back, room to shoot, cross ice pass, quick shot taken, rebound out in front, the trash cleared for now, puck still loose, just over to the right, and we will get a penalty upcoming. Should go for the Cougars, maybe a little preemptive on the touch-up, but we will have our first power play of the game. How crazy is that it comes this late? So Southampton to the power play. Remember in the pregame I said they're averaging a power play goal per game. With just one opportunity, it'd be impressive if they can go 1 for 1. .9:59 left in the third. Face-off dropped. Possession goes over the Cougars first, and they get a much-needed clear. Goldstein back for it. Has room, will send it to the far boards. D'Angelo gets his stick whacked, but stays strong. D'Angelo still holding on. Curls around at the right wing corner, looking for a pass back to the far point. Gets held in barely by Southampton. Quinlan Riley looking for some options. His pass to D'Angelo, broken up. They feed Goldstein. Goldstein with room. His shot deflected in front. Back to the blue line. Held in for now. Goldstein gets to it. Goldstein evading some pressure. Looking to break past one defender. Can. It gets played down for 200 feet. Around a minute to play in the power play. Goldstein with it again. Goldstein passing it off. Quinlan Riley gets it past the blue line. Takes a hit from behind, and Johnson will break up that play. At the very least, Southampton will get closer to draining out the clock with this power play where, again, they're not going to be really facing any shots. Goldstein just dumps it in right there. 40 seconds left in the power play. D'Angelo back for it. At the far boards, Middle Country actually getting some ozone time. Johnson gives a give-and-go pass to Conlon. Conlon back up top for Johnson. He walks the blue line, returns the favor. Good pressure at the far point. Goldstein trying to dig it out of some padding. 4 players there. Middle Country, in theory, could hold it for the rest of this power play. Now it's finally breaking loose. And that should do it for the power play. Liam McCarthy out of the box. He'll come flying forward. D'Angelo watches it whistle by him underneath his skates just barely, and we pause. 7:53 left in the third, 5-on-5 restored. Southampton still lead by 1 goal. D'Angelo. Puck goes back into the neutral zone. Middle Country past the blue line. Trying to get some, not last minute, but late period opportunities as that shot will go a little bit too high. Jack LaSala probably would have been able to make the save. Puck out in front of the crease and shut down. .7:18 to play in the third. To give a quick recap, this game has been back and forth the entire time. At one point, Middle Country held a 4-2 lead. That was their biggest lead of the game. Southampton scored 4 straight just after that as the shot's taken blocked. Johnson will get it. So Southampton's 4 put them into the lead at 6-4. Middle Country has scored 1 to make the comeback possible. LaSala has shot, save, big rebound. Middle Country looking for it on the redirect, can't get it in. D'Angelo will get some space and skate it past his own blue line. Nice turnover here. Conlon dropping it off. Conlon available for the return, gets the feed, and it's quickly whacked away. D'Angelo, oh, that's a far angle tip that almost went in. Middle Country building some momentum right now. Still have the puck in the offensive end. I think Wetter might have believed he had a breakaway as that comes through the crease to the near boards. Here's Johnson, the leading goal scorer on his team. Johnson dumps it off. LaSala, a shot blocked out in front, still gets in front of the crease. Middle Country whacking at it, and the puck is down low. 6:20 to play in this game. Liam McCarthy trying to circle the puck around the boards a little bit more. Middle Country the first one to it, and it's past the blue line anyways. Southampton get a much-needed clear, approaching 6 minutes to play in the third. Down low, LaSala will shut that opportunity down for Goldstein. He's been good all game as well. Goldstein and Wetter have been a combination as Wetter's centering pass goes through. Middle Country could break out here. Johnson gets it past the blue line. Johnson pulling up on the right circle. His centering pass over to McCarthy. He does get it. McCarthy's shot blocked in front and then saved. .5:22 to play in the third. Got to give props to Tommy, the cameraman. He came over to me before this game. He's like, Kevin, I think this one's going to be close. Man, was he right. Middle Country, a quick shot off the face-off is wide to the left. Obviously, right now, Southampton would love another power play, but with the amount of time they're spending in the D zone, unlikely to get one. Parello back for it. Played out in front for Middle Country. Their shot goes wide to the left. Puck down low. Looks like Southampton will get a clearing opportunity now. Will get it past the blue line. Some room to skate as well. Players bump into each other in the right wing corner, and it looks like we'll actually get a penalty off of that. So resetting, and I do believe this will be Southampton into the box, and it will be a Middle Country power play upcoming. Probably the best 2 minutes they'll get to score this game-tying goal. Now, it's always a question in these late-game scenarios. Do you pull the goaltender? I'd say it's probably a little bit too early, considering there's 4:39 on the clock. You probably ride out this 5-on-4 power play before even thinking about pulling out your goaltender. You don't want to give away that 2-goal lead. With the way that Southampton's been defending in this period, they could probably hold on to a 2-goal lead fairly easily. Obviously, Middle Country do have the offensive firepower to claw back even probably a 3-goal lead at this point if they get things to fall for them correctly. Puck at the far point, tap down low again. At the left circle, centering pass. Almost tipped in back door. 20 seconds gone by in the power play. Middle Country still possessing. Another recentering pass. Not tipped in. Importantly, Johnson not on the ice to start this power play. Getting some rest time over on the bench. Trusting his teammates, obviously. Middle Country get the puck back. Wrap it around the boards to the far side. Liam McCarthy, a tap pass forward. Opportunity out in front. Looks like it's saved. Puck still alive. Favors Southampton if they can get the clear, and they can. All the way down. Jack LaSala out of his net. Now with some room to skate. Johnson onto the ice. Johnson, he scores! Who else but Johnson to make it 6-6, and we have a tie game. What a goal to get it done, Johnson. That's when you think about in the backyard when you're doing some shooting practice. Exactly what his team needed. Now with 3:25, this is a fresh game. Overtime looming. A goal for either side in the next 3:25 would almost feel like a dagger. LaSala will wrap it around to the far side. Puck out in front to the slot. Goldstein chasing after it. Played forward and now out for the Cougars. Skating 2-on-2. D'Angelo, the point of defense. Puck gets past him. Centered out in front. Oh, they couldn't get it in. Just barely fanning it on the back door. Cougars still dangerous, though. They'll get another opportunity. Crowd definitely gasped on that one. I don't know if there was any air left in the building for a second. Southampton find the outlet pass. Goldstein taking it forward. Down the throat of Middle Country. Goldstein now moving off to the left, playing a backhand down low. Taken by the Cougars, looking for an exit strategy as we approach 2 minutes left in the third. Goldstein gets it back, playing it out in front. LaSala tracking it and is behind the net again. Jack LaSala doing a good job of going post to post as the goalie. Southampton, they're sniffing it right now. They can sense a seventh in their future. Puck down low. Johnson gets it to the far side. Cougars have some room to clear. Nice move, does get it past the blue. D'Angelo stepping onto it. D'Angelo has some room, winds up, his shot saved and covered up. Some applause for both sides for the shot and the save. Goldstein into the face-off. We've seen him take a couple of those and play it in front of the net. This one's going to go a little bit to the right, but you can see the intention right there when Goldstein, I think he drops his right shoulder and really looks for the whack. If you can see it on that one, does it again. Goldstein's so dangerous on these face-offs. Reminds me a little bit of Will Kormnick for the Stony Brook ACHA team. That's something he does very intentionally as well. Obviously, if Goldstein, if you listen back to that, that is a high compliment. Will Kormnick's one of the top point producers on a very, very good collegiate hockey team. Taking ahead now. Middle Country, a shot goes just a little bit too high of the net. Held in at the far point. Now poked out. Southampton looking for possession in the last 60 seconds of regulation. This one might be headed to overtime. Goldstein, see if he has anything to say about it. Into the left circle, his shot saved. LaSala coming up clutch with 49.8 on the clock. Mason's going to have to give his brother a hug if they pull this one out. Jack LaSala has been excellent coming in for relief. Face off, tied up. Middle Country will win it and backhand it the length of the ice. Might come back for an icing. Let's see what the referees say. Cancel it out. Middle Country get possession. Puck dribbles out in front of the crease for a second, then played to the near side. Into the right wing corner, less than 30. Both teams just trying to lock it down. Southampton definitely looking for the clear. Goldstein out in front of the puck. Johnson sends it to the far side. Caliendo looks for the shot, and it's broken up by D'Angelo. He'll play it into the neutral zone, more safety. Turnover at the blue line. Does get in deep to the right wing corner. Less than 10 seconds to play. Either team just looking for one more shot. At the far point, held in on the blue line, given down low at the half boards. Oh, cross-ice pass. That could have been dangerous if it got over to Johnson. But we will go to overtime. Here on the LI Sports Network, getting ready for overtime after this quick break. Score tied at 6. We get 4 minutes of 4-on-4 overtime. If you haven't seen one of these yet, no changes on pauses. You can only change on the fly. Special rule for the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. It's one that I really enjoy. Can get some players stuck out on the ice for long periods of time, but that's the whole point. Opens the ice up a little bit, but to compensate that, you get the 4-on-4 aspect. Possession still critical, just like in 3-on-3. 4-on-4, like I said, more ice, as Middle Country will come away with it for a second. Puck still along the boards. Either side could come away. Goldstein there. 2-on-1. Middle Country still feeding it, still holding on. Shot taken. That's too high. Johnson coming in for the rebound. He'll pin it up and get it to the blue line. Second shot taken, blocked out in front. D'Angelo with a good job getting his body on the line. Puck reversed to the far side. Middle Country collect off the boards. Johnson gets the tap feed. Johnson walks the blue line, gets it poked away by Goldstein. Johnson will be the first one to it. 1 minute gone by in overtime. Southampton looking for the first changes, and there they go. Again, on the fly. That's the only way they can happen. Johnson with a nice move between his legs. Will fire it in, and will go down for an icing. So no changes right now. Southampton getting ready for the offensive zone faceoff. Goldstein will move in for the right dot faceoff. Puck played around by Middle Country. The Cougars getting into the offensive zone now. They've dominated possession so far. And as I say that, taken back by Southampton. Now coming forward, 2-on-2. The back check should be there for the Cougars just in case. Centering pass, broken up. Goldstein on the backhand, his shot saved. Rebound loose, Goldstein again, goes wide to the left. Great opportunities for Southampton, but now they got to get back on defense. Johnson with a lot of speed going up the left side. Johnson has two players that get wiped out behind him. Puck loose in the crease and cleared. 2 minutes left in overtime. Now is my friendly reminder that this game can end in a flat-out tie. No shootout after this. Players just got to pour their hearts out for the next two. Shot taken and saved on a sharp angle. D'Angelo getting on his horse. D'Angelo past the red, past the blue. D'Angelo pulling up on the left side of the rink, looking for his teammate, sends a pass through the slot. Southampton keeping it at the blue line. Shot taken from there. That's going to go off to the left after it deflects off defenseman's stick. Johnson gets it. He's got to be tired spending so much time on the ice. Johnson gives it to the near side. They look to return it to him. Now over to Liam McCarthy. Liam McCarthy with room. His shot saved. Rebound goes to the end. 60 seconds to play in this matchup. Middle Country trying to reset. Liam McCarthy gets the pass. Sends it forward, just barely out in front. Now Middle Country with some numbers temporarily. Cross-ice pass broken up back into the neutral zone. Good defensive awareness. Colmar was there just as a backup option. Once again, the backup option shuts down potentially two breakaways. 30 seconds left in overtime. Johnson with it. Will feed over to the blue line. Dragged in and once again denied. Two players bump into each other. Goldstein sends the feed towards the slot. 20 seconds left. Southampton control. Wetter looks for the centering pass. Shut down. 15 seconds left, and we will get another face-off. No changes. McCarthy has to stay on. So does everyone else. So this unit will likely end up for the last 15. When I was talking about Goldstein, so good on the face-offs. Can he do anything right here? From the right dot. Chops it into the right wing corner. Played around the boards, 10 seconds left. Lifted out. Middle Country could look for one more opportunity. Comes to the near side. 5 seconds left. It'll be sent in. A shot on goal. LaSala makes the save. And we will end at a 6-6 score. Nothing more fitting considering how evenly contested this game was. As we get the final here for our first game on the LI Sports Network. And we'll be back with another freshman battle. This time between the Longwood Lions as well as the East Islip. Final score 6-6. So thank you so much for listening and enjoy your night.